Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to Show and Tell number 264. Right? Yes. So, it's been 2 weeks since we've had a Thursday check-in here. It's been, you guys know it. I'm filming early in the morning again, so caffeine still. I had an outpatient procedure on Tuesday. Mine finally came up, so Friday, the Friday before Easter, Good Friday. I'm doing fine. Everything's great. I'm healthy. We're good, but that did kind of eat up my free time over the weekend. Then we had Easter and everything else, and last week was a lot of prep work, not knowing if I was going to be okay or not okay afterwards. But I actually feel really, really good. So I'm back to light exercise, moderate weights, not I was not that I was, doing like 500-pound squat presses or something, but moderate exercise, moderate weightlifting. I'm good. Tuesday's video, hopefully I decided to upload it, is answering some of the non-crafty questions you guys have had from my skincare routine, the makeup products that I use on a regular basis that you guys see on my face all the time, as well as some of the health and fitness things that have kind of come up in conversation, like why, if I'm low carb, am I eating beans? So go check out Tuesday's video if you just kind of want to hear what I had to say or curious about any of those things. But yeah, I've been all over the place, back and forth. Life has been super busy, so I've gotten some crafting done. I'm trying to mentally already shift gears towards May's Make-Along, which is the Spook Your Spring Make-Along. So I'm very, very looking forward to that. So like everything's kind of like, let's do all the things. And my brain is going like 9 million miles an hour, plus trying to prep things. Like we didn't do Easter dinner with the family because I didn't feel like I could host. So we're going to try to do something either this weekend or next weekend with all the kids over here and have a big family like get together. The pool water is already getting warm enough to where, theoretically the grandkids could jump in if they wanted to swim and not like turn into little popsicles running around. So it's just been hectic, busy, a little chaotic. So much. I'm looking forward. I'm keeping it simple for what I'm going to be working on for the Spook Your Spring Make Along, but I'm looking forward to everything that I have. I have like a new pattern I want to try out. I'm working on picking my paper pad to do some Halloween cards because maybe I'll get those out. I've had Easter cards ready now for 3 years and still haven't gotten them sent out. I didn't do any cards last year at all, so I'd really like to spend May working on some Halloween cards and then July working on some Christmas cards so I can have all those ready to send out. And part of the problem is like right now is busy, but my brain is already planning for the next thing. So like my brain is making it extra chaotic. Before we jump into WIPs and UFOs, I already told you about Tuesday's video. Upcoming on the docket, we will have the unboxing of the Simply Sock Yarn Company yarn subscription box coming up. I think that's supposed to be here on Thursday, the day this goes live. I'm filming on Tuesday, which means I may film Thursday or Friday, the unboxing for that to be up on Saturday. We'll see how that goes. It all depends on what happens this week. I'm working on planning and or starting or prepping for 2 different tutorials. One for how I finish the edge of the Glorious Granny squares to where I think it would give you a better join if you wanted to join those together and say a blanket or a poncho like I did. Also one in making a shawl shape in crochet And we'll kind of talk more about that, as that is one of my finished objects here in my basket. So that is what we have in the upcoming. I do have some pet tax to pay at the end of this, because I know I forgot last show and tell to put cat pictures in there. So we will have that. And I do think I have a video I can kind of like show you me doing my Leslie Sansone walk at home wall knitting. Talking about walking and knitting. Not everybody can do this. It's not really the balance issue as it is the spatial awareness issue. I grew up reading and walking. Like in school, I would be reading while walking to class. In college, I would be reading while walking across campus. So I grew up doing other things while transporting myself by foot. But if you are interested in a way to make walking a little more entertaining, you can, start with something that you can do basically without looking, which for me, socks are kind of like that, knitting socks, or like granny squares or corner to corner squares or something like that. And try, just walking across your house back and forth while doing it, and see if maybe that's something for you. That's really the only tip I can give you, because it's a weird learned trait for me. I also have very wide peripheral vision. So even if I am looking down, I can generally see pretty far ahead of me, out of my peripheral vision, as well as I can generally see fairly wide to my sides. So spatial awareness is kind of the big thing for that. Balance is also important. Like, nobody needs to be falling. Yeah. So let's crack on with it. It's in my basket. We'll start off with some WIPs here. So first off, I have Troy socks. These are just a vanilla sock. I am doing them in a 2x2 rib for his foot width. Everybody says do 74 stitches instead of 72 stitches. I'm questioning that. So I did do a ribbed foot. This is the rounded toe that I generally do. I have not knit him a pair of lightweight socks. So we will see how these fit. I will do the shadow wrap heel with these. And from there, I can more develop a sock for his foot. The perfect sock for his foot, because his foot is different than my foot. Like I always say, you will find your perfect fit. But this is what we're starting with. This is Knit Picks Hawthorne. This is the color Compass. And the blue is North Star. So this is a tonal blue. And you can see we're getting a really cool kind of striated, swirly pattern in that. This is also kind of tonal. You can see that there. Absolutely beautiful. I love the Hawthorne. So the Hawthorne, it's a little bit thicker than some of the other sock yarns I use. This one is 357 yards for 100 grams, 80% superwash fine Highland wool, 20% polyamide, machine wash, tumble dry directions. So loving this. I don't think I've knit a pair of Hawthorne socks in a very long time. It's been a nice long while. So I'm enjoying working with this. Normally, or most recently, I shouldn't say normally. Most recently, I've been using the Knit Picks Hawthorne for things like shawls. It also is brilliant in sweaters. So if you are interested, many of you guys will know a lot of the Knit Picks yarns to me are Just Yes yarns. So I love them. Up next, I am working on my knit project with the Premier Flora yarn. So we will have a final wrap-up review, hopefully in the next, as you're seeing this, 9 days, week and a half zone. I am 50% done with this shawl. So this is the Chianti shawl from Lion Brand. It is a free pattern. I will leave it in the description box down below. It is a very simple repeat from here to here. You do one row 3 times, one row once, or 2 rows once, and yeah. It's fairly easy to just kind of memorize, and you can easily see where you are in the pattern to know where you're going. So I have this on a 32-inch needle. As you can tell, it's past the point of being able to hold it up very well and make it super visible. I did do an unboxing video for the Flora yarn last week, so if you're interested in that, I will drop it in an iCard, or you can just go to my homepage. You can go to playlist for unboxings, or just look at my most recent videos if you're watching this as it comes out at the midpoint of April 2025. But I'm really enjoying this yarn so far. It is, I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of bulky weight yarns because they tend to be very heavy for me to work on, and the needles and the hooks tend to be very chunky in my hand, which means I can work on them fine, but for a shorter period of time before I have to switch to something else. This yarn, though, is so light and airy. It really has been quite nice to work with this yarn. I am enjoying it quite a bit. So we'll do this. This will be easier. This is my sideways sweater. Once again, a free pattern, this time from Premier. And this is Knit Picks Brava Variegated in the colorway pink. So these are marking each of my increase sets as we are coming up the sleeve. So the top part of the sweater is worked like this. And then once I've gone all the way across cuff to cuff, I will join and work down for the body. So I'm at the point where we're now having further distance between the increasing versus the rapid increasing that we had down here through the forearm. So the last time you saw it, we were down here. Now we are up here. So we're almost done with the first sleeve. Then we work along for the shoulders and neckline, and then down for the next sleeve. So hopefully I'll have some time to put into this or the other sweater, the stockinette that I'm doing with the Knit Pick Stroll and Premier Trinket. It's just been, even though that's an easy one, I don't have to think about that. It's just stockinette right now. Sitting down for more than 5 minutes when I'm comfortable and alert at the same time. Bananas. So I got my marker moved up. So next time we see this, I'll be able to show you, hey, we were here. That's where we're going. And I do have a extra large cake of this. These come in 100 grams, but I had started the Frankenscarf using this yarn. I wasn't liking how it turned out, so I frogged it earlier this year. And apparently I had done like the Russian join where you sew your ends into the yarn. So it ended up being a 200-gram cake. That's fine with me. Less ends I have to be concerned with later on. That's fine. The other WIP that I have in my basket is my Kisa Tee. That is a free pattern from Hobby Yarn. It was not intentional that all of these patterns came from yarn companies. I literally just went into Ravelry looking for the yarn for, like, I really wanted to use the Senso yarn. Found this pattern. I was like, ooh, I really like that. The sideways tee, I actually, Premier sent out an email. It was designed to use their painterly yarn. And I was like, oh, I really like that sweater. So I printed it out and it sat on my desk for like 2 months, 3 months before I was like, you know what? That would be really cute in that pink yarn I just frogged. And same thing when I was looking for a pattern with the Flora yarn, I just went looking for a free pattern for bulky yarn. And that's what popped up. So, Kisa Tee. We actually got quite a bit done on this one since y'all saw it last. Last time y'all saw it, we were all the way down here. So I have completed the base of the back and now started the sleeves. So this will fit like right like that. And we are hitting just below pant line. I think once this is blocked, that should cover my pooch down there, which is the goal. I generally like to cover my pooch and my tuchus. 99.9% of the time I am wearing leggings, so I don't want those things hanging out. Je not the parts of me I want attention drawn to. So this will be the back of the sweater. The front of this sweater uses the same V stitches, but is a solid, it's a solid crochet through here. And then we have the band of V stitches that skirts the outline of the sweater. So this might also be a slightly better idea there. So I am right here on the back, so I need to work up the sleeve, and then we'll come down and work the front. This is also worked in one piece, I believe. Looks like it. Yeah, you split for the neck. So yeah, this is worked in one piece from the bottom of the back up over the shoulders and down the front. So making progress there. I have 6 more balls of this in my cabinet. I have 3 balls in my basket. So I have plenty of yarn to finish this sweater. These are 50-gram balls, 150 yards, 100% cotton, color number 1008, and it's DMC Senso yarn. This came from Erica over at the Lopsided Crafter when she was cleaning out her stash. And I do believe that is a discontinued yarn now. So there, that is all of my WIPs. So next up, if you stopped by last week, you will have seen these already, as my final review of the Premier sock kits went live, but I did finish my Purple People socks. When y'all saw these 2 weeks ago, we were right here. So I did everything from the heel up, basically. I just started working on the leg stitches at that time. So if you're interested in the sock construction, how I felt about the pattern that came with the kit and everything, I recommend going to check out the final review. I think I might see if one of my daughter-in-laws want these before I like throw them in my sock drawer for me to wear. I do have a daughter-in-law whose favorite color is green, and she tends to be a bit on the vibrant side. So she may actually like these. But I did do these 64 stitches. So they'll fit, width-wise, they'll fit like a size 7 through a 9 women's shoe, US size shoe. But yeah, I did enjoy these. I really like this yarn. I wish they would sell this in 100-gram balls instead of just the 50-gram balls. But I felt that way with other Premier sock yarns before too. I wish they sold them in a larger skein size, because I do enjoy a lot of them for projects other than socks. The other finished object we have is my sideways crochet shawl. I have not woven in the ends yet. I don't think this is going to need blocking because this is so soft and drapey on its own. But this is worked from left to right. In my case here, I used a double crochet stitch, and we will have a tutorial on this coming up. It will be another one of the basic shape series. It's a really weird sound. Of shawls that I have shared before. This one used 4 balls, or like 3 3/4 balls of the Flora. And this was the colorway Thistle. So we have a nice light, not giant, not tiny shawl. Easy to pop on this time of year. It's kind of perfect because like the evenings can still get chilly. and you need something. But like daytime, like our highs are between 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 90 degrees Fahrenheit a lot of times right now. So like daytime, you're already in t-shirts and tank tops. By the evening, you might want something on your shoulders. So kind of the perfect size for that right now. So we will have a tutorial on that, as well as a variation on this direct shape. So I'm very excited about that. But that worked out very, very nicely with the Flora yarn. So that review, like I said, should hopefully be up shortly. We'll just see how life goes. The make along for the month of April will be coming to a close soon. This month's theme was picking the largest part of your stash visually or by project or however you decided to categorize it, and kind of focusing on working from that for this month. So I've not done great in working from the yarn wall. I have, however, used a couple balls of my Premier Basic. This is using a worsted weight. And the other sweater that I'm working on downstairs is using a fingering weight, plus the socks. I do have another pair to cast on. And I have another project that I want to start using fingering weight yarn. So I'm kind of still focusing on it. I'm not doing as well as I would have hoped. I really had planned on doing a lot more cranking, but getting up here and getting into the room with my Addie has just been a no-go. Time has just not been my bestie recently, and my body is fighting me at the same time. So it's like, I'm just gonna go to bed. Just gonna go to bed. It's time for bed. We'll go to sleep. Sleep is good. Sleep is healthy. So yeah, that's kind of, it's been the story of this year, which is really weird. Normally I'm not quite this busy. I've spent more time out of my house and had company more in the last 6 months than I think I did the previous 8 years. So that is everything in my basket of goodies. We did finish, put the picture up here, the new season of Reacher. Anthony Michael Hall's character did not disappoint me. Yeah, I enjoy the show. It's the right balance of characters and action. It's just fun. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just fun. I did also, we watched Monster Summer, I think it's called. Yeah. Kids horror movie. So very goofy, very silly, but very endearing. There was just something really cute about that one. It was fun. It's, it's not the greatest piece of cinema. It is written for children, but once again, it was a fun afternoon watch. Other than that, I don't think we've watched very loud bird outside my window now. I don't think we've really watched a whole lot of television programming. We just haven't been home. We haven't been around, or we haven't been sitting down long enough to actually watch anything. We did watch some of the news last night with the passing of Pope Francis. There have been a couple other live news stories or ongoing news story kind of things that individually or together we've been interested in kind of watching to see what's going on. But for the most part, we just haven't been here or been, by the time we sit down, both of us are like, so anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic day. As always, I look forward to seeing you real soon. If you guys have a suggestion of something we ought to watch, especially something right now where we can't sit down and focus for very long, if you've got something kind of funny or silly that you would recommend, let me know down below. Hopefully Next week, I will be able to get back to walking, and I do have an audiobook that I am looking forward to seeing if it's any good since I finished my last one. I think I did. There was a podcast I listened to on my last walk after I finished The Frighteners. So, anyway, I love you guys. I will see you real soon. Please take care of yourselves. Bye, guys. Okay, you guys. So I sped this up ×4 just because even I didn't, well, I never want to watch myself, but I didn't want to watch or make y'all watch a 4-minute video of me knitting and walking. But this is how long it took me to do 1 round magic loop across the socks. I did edit out the setting up the camera and coming back into place, and then when I walked up and turned off the camera. So there's a few seconds there that I cut off the beginning and the end of this clip, but this is doing a Leslie Sansone walk at home. I have them on DVD, but you can do the digital downloads, or some of them are available on YouTube, but this is what I do for my low cardio when I'm exercising at home.